Hey friends, Dr. Holly here. Happy 5-Minute Friday coming at you once again just to discuss quick tips for making your business more profitable, for changing, maybe you're shifting your perspectives on things, and then hopefully just providing education and inspiration for you as you are progressing in your chiropractic career and you are rock and rolling in business. So the theme for this week is shifting our perspectives. Now, the reason it's called that is because I have been in super creation content mode this week, creating 2 presentations for the Shift Summit. So it's a free online summit. It is live next weekend, which is April 23rd through the 25th. Absolutely free to join, watch presentations. I think there's over 30 speakers. I actually recorded 2 presentations for this event. I'm just super excited for this community and to hear and learn and grow from all the other women speakers. So the whole idea of shift is really about like shifting our perspectives, and shifting, what it means to be maybe a woman in this profession, what it means to give back to our communities, what it means to practice, ethically and forward thinking and all the things, right? So I'm super excited. So my 2 presentations that I did are my numbers you need to know in chiropractic business. And I actually did a new one on modern acupuncture. So I had one of my little friends was over here a second ago. Because I've been practicing acupuncture for a while. So it's conversations I have, every day with patients. So I thought I'd share. So let's think about shifting our perspective. So this is just almost like a little preview of the presentation and the training that I did for that summit. Was I asked participants, when you hear numbers you need to know in chiropractic business, what is your first instinct? Are you curious? Are you overwhelmed, like instantly? Or are you inspired? Like, ooh, I want to know more. I do want to be confident in the numbers that I need to know in my chiropractic business. Okay. And then after my training, I asked participants, are you still ambiguous? Like you still, have no idea, not connected whatsoever with your numbers. Maybe you're confused. It still want to ignore them. Are you just going to keep going with like the status quo? Like, hey, I'm in business. I obviously pay the bills. I'm obviously successful. I don't need to be that in touch with it. Or I asked if you are all in, are you all in on getting clear in your numbers? Are you all in on something like my, 2 favorite words, profit first? So, just asking those questions. I think that one of the biggest things for me is, again, keying back to this idea of shifting our perspectives. If you hear the terminology profit first, are you triggered for some reason? I actually just watched a video this morning that someone shared in our Profit First Professional Network, a video by a Dave Ramsey about a year and a half ago, where a caller calls in and asks about the Profit First system. And just the way she sets it up is like, he's going to like trash the program. I have since learned that Dave and Mike McAllowitz are colleagues and buddies and whatever. And so, they're on board now, but apparently this was the first time he'd ever heard of it. So he said, absolutely not, customers first. And yes, that's probably what most of us think, being in the chiropractic profession, is that what? Patient is first, right? So I can't adopt a system that's called profit first if that then insinuates that profit is over patients, and it's not, okay? So I myself have been hesitant, not in the system, not in methodology, not at all, just in using those 2 words, because I know that they are triggers. I know that they're triggers, especially for women, women-owned businesses. There's a lot of, stats out there about, just how women run their businesses and comparing them to male counterparts. All that to be said, I'm not going deep into those numbers today, but if you're triggered by the words profit first, let's just explain them a little bit. And then maybe let's take a dive and see, like, why are you triggered by that? It is so funny to me the way words can trigger people, especially when they're not what they think. So I got 2 examples for you. I've recently heard someone say that, they feel like they should be monitoring something in their business, but stats, like practice statistics, had a negative connotation to them. Or I think they explicitly use the word, they hate that word. And I'm like, why? It's just something to track and measure. It's objective. It's not something that you want to put up a block and a barricade around and completely ignore in your business. That's just the fact of being a business owner, okay? Right? So here's like a completely non-money example if you're just already completely triggered by this. I am really passionate about childhood nutrition, and I went to my son's daycare a year ago when we were still allowed to enter our kids' schools and do presentations. And I was talking about healthy eating and vegetables and fruits, and I read this story about vegetable soup and growing a garden, and there was this little girl in the audience that every time I spoke to 10 classes, okay? So this was probably like the third or fourth presentation that I was doing. This one little girl, every time I said the word vegetable, she was in the front row. She, ew. And I was like, and it got really annoying to me by the end of the book because obviously I was saying the word vegetable quite a few times. But to me, like the first thing I thought of was like an adult had to teach her that. Like that is not an ingrained philosophy in our minds that vegetables are bad or vegetables are gross or anything like that. She has some sort of a connotation because something that an adult has taught her. So what can we extrapolate from that? Do you have a bad connotation around something because of what society has told you about money, or what another mentor, or maybe a practice management company that you do not want to be associated with has told you about that? So I want to help you to overcome those mindsets, the shift, shifting your perspectives, and just overcoming, any blockades that you may have in your practice to make your practice more efficient. Profit First at the end of the day simplifies your money process. It makes your business more efficient, and it pays you for what you're worth. Okay. And none of those things are inherently, we're just here to be greedy and make a profit off of our patients, right? Okay. So I hope you're with me. Let me go forward. So I want you, reach out to me over on Instagram. I'm doing a whole bunch of different series over there. We're still kind of in the middle of the 21 reasons to implement Profit First in 2021. But right now, because Shift Summit's coming up, I'm doing promotions for that. So I asked my audience, what will you stop doing once your business is profitable? Now listen, most of you probably already have, if you have a business, you probably are profitable to some degree, but you're just not measuring it, okay? So what would you do if your business was more profitable? Or what would you do if your business could bring more money home to your family? Okay, so pop over there, got some posts that you can comment on. I hope to hear from you. And I just want to let you know, I am so excited because I am rocking and rolling in my Profit First certification. So most of you know that I have been in that process for most of this year, getting the professional certification completed. So I have right now what's called a beta launch of clients. So I am taking clients to work with me on implementing Profit First in their business. So you work one-on-one with me, and I work one-on-one with my coach at Corporate Profit First to make sure we are implementing all of this correctly in your business to maximum efficiency, etc. So if you're interested in that, these are the prices I have currently for working with me for a quarter or two. And again, this is a beta launch, so these prices will go up. I'm anticipating that my schedule and that my client book list and my examples back to my work process for the certification will be full, hopefully by the end of this month or next. So these prices will likely go up after that. So I have options there if you want to pay in full or if you want to pay per month. I typically, work with clients for 3 to 6 months to implement fully, and then we can go something more on an annual or quarterly review after that. So reach out to me if you have any questions. Just hit reply on this email, or reach out to me on Instagram to find me over there. All right. Have a good Friday.